Today I'm going to reveal to you the muscle building blueprint that will allow you to build more muscle and boost your metabolism so you can see the most in the way of results while managing your busy schedule as well. I've customized hundreds of workout programs at this point for hundreds of clients that had many different types of schedules, all of them being very demanding and very busy. And we had to get very creative on how we customize this program to fit their lifestyle so they can sustain their progress over the course of the long term so they don't fall off. And I've had to do the exact same thing for myself, being a very busy person as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into the 4 simple things that I want you to do to make sure that you are putting yourself in a position to boost your muscle mass and get all the benefits that does come with more muscle on your body. So the first is going to be a very simple one, right? But it's the one that everyone should start with, especially if you're somewhat of a beginner, and that is picking your workout split. Now, this sounds very simplistic, right? For, a muscle building blueprint, but it's so critical, right? It's crucial. If you pick the wrong split that is not in alignment with your busy schedule, you're going to end up falling off and you're going to lose momentum. We want to build up as much momentum as possible. And it's really easy to overthink this, right? There's so many different splits out there. There's a 6-day split, 4-day bro split, push-pull legs, upper and lower body split, full body split. There's so many of them. And when it comes down to it, we just need to find the one that's going to work for us. And when it comes down to building muscle, we want to prioritize weight training, obviously. And more specifically, we want to prioritize targeting each muscle each week, right? And there's a variety of different ways in which we can do that. And all those splits that I just mentioned, they work. You just have to pick the one that works best for you and your schedule. So for example, if you're someone that knows you have a maximum of 4 hours per week to dedicate to your schedule. This is going to be someone that's outrageously busy, by the way. If you're working 80 hours a week, you could probably still dedicate more. But if you are that person, then a push-pull leg split is going to be super simple and easy for you, right? Especially if your workouts are falling anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes each, right? At that point, you're really just spending about 2 hours in the gym maximum, right? And you really can pull this off as long as you're resting for about 30 to 45 seconds in between each set. You're not taking too long, you're not wasting time on your phone, and you're just knocking it out. So that's going to be step number 1, picking the split that's going to work best for you and your schedule, knowing that you can still be following this exact split that you chose today 2 years down the line if you had the same exact schedule. Now, number 2 is going to be adding in progressive overload. There's so many people, once they get their split dialed in, they choose, let's say, push-pull legs or a bro split, they just keep it to 4 sets of 10 from point A to point Z with the entire workout, right? Which is fine, but then they don't add any weight to the bar and they don't structure out their sets to where they can actually add more weight to the bar or to the cable machine or whatever they're using. So you always want to, with at least one exercise per workout, do some progressive overload, which in simple terms means you're moving up in weight with each set. You're progressively overloading, right? But of course, we're going to get to this in a moment. You don't want to overload too much. You want to find your sweet spot. And my favorite way to progress and move up in weight is by getting this 6-set structure where you're going with 10, 8, 6, 5, 5 again, and then you do a drop set of 10 at the end, right? So let's say we're doing a cable curl, right? Something super simple. Straight bar cable curl. We're just curling weight, right? We start with 10, and then we slowly move up in weight once we get to 8, and then do that again with our set of 6, and it's real simple, right? As we slowly get down to 5, we get to the point where we found a weight that's challenging and doable. We rock with that, even if it's a bit earlier, but we want to try and do it once we get down to 6 and 5, right? If it happens sooner, that's fine, but we want to do our best to just slowly move up in weight, another 5 pounds, another 10 pounds, as we go down in reps, so we can hit new personal bests, new personal records, whatever you want to call it. We boost our confidence in the gym, and we're also boosting our muscle mass as well. If you're increasing the strength output of your workouts, the amount of weight that you're using with each particular exercise, you're bound to increase your muscle mass as well, especially when you're doing it with the right form, you're actually exercising correctly, and all that good stuff. And if you want my whole exercise playlist on how to work out correctly in the gym and use correct form, that playlist is going to be down in the video description as well. So With the final set of 10, once we get past 5, we can go back to the same weight as we did before, and then we can notice this giant difference between that last set of 5 and that drop set of 10, or that first set of 10 that we did. And if that first set of 10 was way too easy, we can bump it up a little bit more, but we want to do that set of 10 immediately after that final set of 5 and really notice that difference, really burn that muscle out, in this case, the straight bar cable curl, and really show your body and yourself what you're capable of doing in the gym as well, right? Really just set the bar higher and higher and higher each time and add more muscle too, boost your confidence, all that fun stuff. So that's one of my favorite ways to add progressive overload into your routine so you can start building more muscle in a sustainable way that's going to work for your schedule. And that does not take very long to do, especially when you're resting for about 30 seconds in between each set as well. And for the rest of your exercises, you could keep it around 10 reps or 12 reps if you want to go higher volume, but with at least one exercise in your workout, you want to do a form of progressive overload where you are going up in weight as you move down in reps. And that's one of the best ways to do it. So the next one here is going to be your rate of perceived exertion, right? Knowing when to stop. When you are now at this point where it's both challenging and doable and you can really ride that momentum. So a rate of perceived exertion in simple terms is just your scale of intensity, right? On a scale of 1 to 10. 1 out of 10, it's so easy you can do it for the next 5 hours, right? And if it's a 10 out of 10, that means if somebody were to, hold a gun to your head, like you literally still could not do another rep. Like you're just out. You're at the complete maximum intensity. So we want to find the happy medium with that. So around a 6 to 7 out of 10 from what we've found has been a great sweet spot for a challenging and doable range, a really good sweet spot for your rate of perceived exertion. So let's say we go back to that example with that straight bar cable curl where we're going down in reps as we move up in weight. We want to ask ourselves after each set where we're falling on a scale of 1 to 10. Is this a 3? Is it a 5? Is it a 7? Is it way too high and it's a 9, right? We want to constantly do a temperature check, but we want to do this with honesty. Don't just say, oh, that's a 10 out of 10, I'm gonna stop here. A lot of you do that. Don't be that person. Give yourself the honest truth and tell yourself with full 100% clarity and honesty if you can actually move up, because you usually can't, especially when you're first starting out. So if you're at a 5 out of 10 and you just did your first set of 10 or 8 or whatever, on the next set, move up in weight. Then go ahead and just ask yourself again, all right, where are we at on a scale of 1 to 10? Now we're at a 6. Okay, let's bump it up one more time. Next set, we're now at a 7 out of 10. You get the idea. Just constantly do that temperature check, and then you're gonna find the weight very quickly that is well suited for you based on the exercises that you're picking and customizing with your exercise routine so you can end up building more muscle in a sustainable way without overtraining and also without the workout being too easy either. That 6 to 7 out of 10 is a perfect sweet spot. Now, the final one here, number 4, is going to be the importance of challenging sets, actually challenging yourself. If you do not challenge yourself in the gym, if you do not put your muscles under stress, they're not going to grow, right? All growth happens from a place of discomfort, right? Physically, emotionally, mentally, in every facet of life. And it's the exact same thing whenever you're going to the gym trying to boost your muscle mass. You have to put your muscles under stress. You have to move up in weight. And if you're going to be going with higher volume repetitions, you want to make sure you are contracting the weight instead of just moving it. So no matter what you choose to do, you need to, 1, ensure that if you aren't going to be going, super high in weight and you're someone that's just ultra cautious with form, I want you to ensure that you are really contracting this weight. You are really feeling the muscular contraction and you're going slow and the form is on point if you're gonna be that person, right? I would recommend for you to go up in weight, but if you're someone that's dealing with injuries, you're super cautious about how you're moving around and basically maneuvering in the gym, then you have to focus on contracting the weight over just moving it, really isolating your form, making sure that you're isolating that specific muscle group and you're really putting it under stress. And then if you can do that in combination with moving up in weight, if you're someone that is comfortable with doing that, which you should be, then that's when you have basically made the best of both worlds, right? You're contracting the weight instead of moving it. you're really doubling down your form and focusing on isolating the specific muscle group that you're looking to contract, and you're moving up in weight at the same time in a way in which is challenging and doable. You're not overtraining. You're not killing the muscle too hard to where you pull it or you're completely gassed and you're at a 10 out of 10, but you're also not undertraining. You're not at a 2 out of 10, and you're not at a point where you can easily do more, right? So for any of you out there that feel like, you're a little bit worried about bumping up in weight, you can slowly transition, especially when you're first starting out, but you definitely want to get to the point where you are putting your muscles under stress and you're moving up and up on the weight bar or on the cable machine. And if you're someone that is just looking to transition into that, really just double down on contracting the weight instead of just moving it, and really isolating the muscle group that you are looking to target. So that is pretty much it. Those are the 4 simple things that you can do to literally create a muscle building blueprint for yourself. These are the 4 biggest things that have helped all the clients that I've helped over the past several years now see incredible results with their muscle mass, add new personal bests to their workouts over and over and over again, and put them in a position where they're adding more strength and they actually have more control over their bodies. Muscle mass is the ultimate predictor of longevity. You have more muscle mass, you're more than likely going to live longer. There's lots of benefits to having muscle. Higher metabolic rate, less likely to end up falling if you end up getting older. There's all these other benefits outside of just having some muscle and looking good, which is also a great benefit too. Now, if you're someone that is looking to optimize your health, looking to boost your muscle mass and lose body fat, and you would like some one-on-one help, go ahead and message me the word optimize down below on Facebook or on Instagram. The links are down below if you would like some one-on-one help, and if you would like me to see if I could possibly give you some one-to-one guidance. And if you want more information about our transformations, the transformation playlist of all the clients I've helped, or the clients that were open to doing an interview with me on this channel, and our transformations of the many transformations that we've had with our career-driven professionals, both men and women all around the world, are also listed down below. The before and after pictures, the details of their journey is all down there in case you would like that additional information as well. But other than that, that's pretty much it, and I will see all of you in the next video.